We recently had the premiere of Cosmic Fury, the last season of this stage of the franchise, and according to the information that has been published, it is assumed that we will now have a reboot. Despite this, many were not satisfied with the end of the franchise, and Cosmic Fury had an excellent ending for a season, but possibly not for a closure of 30 years of history. Previously, we had talked about this topic, and it is that ending a franchise with so much history is very difficult. There are many ways to close so many years of history, but that ending had to be something with a big budget to be able to invest in some important things that the fans would have wanted. Hasbro probably didn't want to spend the budget on the end of the franchise, as they may want to invest it in the reboot. Let's remember that the reboot needs to be impressive from the start so that it can be accepted by the old fans and at the same time have the strength to bring new fans to the franchise. Despite all this, fans have written that they would like to see a movie to finish this entire story, as they were not happy with the ending Cosmic Fury had, and I think what many would have wanted is to see the old Power Rangers. When I say the old Power Rangers, I don't only mean Mighty Morphin, but many other Rangers from other seasons, since this is 30 years of history and not just 2 teams. In Cosmic Fury we had the participation of the most recent team and also the participation of Mighty Morphin, although we only saw 2 members. Billy was the only member we saw without the transformation, and the other Ranger was Min, who was in the Megazord, but with the transformation. We also had the participation of Mick and the Dark Ranger, which also belonged to 2 different teams. Although this is pretty good for a season finale, it's not enough to end a franchise, and it would have been awesome to see at least 1 Ranger from each team. Basically, these are the things that should happen in a franchise finale, and that's why a movie in 2024 would be the best option to create this event. With this, we don't want to criticize Cosmic Fury. The production did a good job, and its purpose was also to give an ending to the series. This video is only a collective opinion, as it is based on all the comments we have received about the end of the franchise, and that is why we are going to think about the ending that would possibly be perfect for most fans. As I said before, a movie would be the perfect closure, since the movies almost always have a very high budget, and with this they could create a better production. Another important thing is that this movie should be filmed in the United States, since most of the actors live in that country, and it would be easier for all the actors to appear in the movie. Something very important is that with this high budget they could pay the actors better. This would help to convince many of them to participate in the movie, since some of them find it difficult to make the decision to put on the suit again for different reasons. With this, we don't want to say that the actors don't participate in Power Rangers because of the money, but we all know that money is an important part to convince anyone to participate in any project, plus all those actors deserve it. Another important thing is that the director must be a person who knows the franchise very well, but also has the ability to make a big project. We know that the current production of Power Rangers is very good, but it is not the same to make a series or some special episode than a Hollywood movie with great special effects. The best comparison is the 2017 movie, since the production had the ability to create a movie with the quality of a big Hollywood movie, but unfortunately, they apparently did not have much knowledge of the franchise, since they changed all the essential things of Power Rangers. On this channel we have mentioned many times that Power Rangers has some essential aspects that are the spirit of the franchise, and without those things then it wouldn't be Power Rangers. This is why it is very important that the director is a person who knows the franchise very well, so that he doesn't destroy all those essential things of the franchise, and we can enjoy a good movie with good special effects. The things that a movie like this should have is the participation of 1 or 2 Rangers from each team, but the original actors of that Ranger should participate and not just appear transformed. It's good when we can have the Rangers even if it's transformed, but sometimes that's not enough, and if they want to do something excellent, then we must see the face of the original actor. We know that there are many actors who have changed a lot physically, but we fans don't really care since we know that the years have passed and we all change with time. Another thing is that even though every fan has their favorite Ranger team, I think the main team in the movie should be Mighty Morphin, and I'm not saying this because they are my favorite team. We must accept that Mighty Morphin is still the most famous team in the franchise, and it was also the one that started this entire story. This is why this team should be the one to lead all the other Ranger teams, but this does not mean that they are the only protagonists. We know there are actors who can't participate because they passed away, but there are other actors who still represent the franchise and should have the opportunity to appear in this movie. In my opinion, I think Jason the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin should be the Ranger that leads all the teams that appear in the movie. The other members of Mighty Morphin may appear, but Jason is the most important one to appear from that team. Another Ranger that should appear is Andrus, as he has also been an iconic Ranger in the franchise, and his actor has also been creating Power Rangers stuff on his own. One team that any member can appear is the SPD team, as this series has been one of the most fan-scoring in the franchise's history, and they deserve to appear in the closer. Something very important about a movie like this is the plot, as without this we would have nothing, and without a good story, then everything else doesn't matter. There are fans who have said that to end the franchise they should destroy the grid, and I agree with this. I think this is the best way to destroy everything that Power Rangers stands for, because that is where all the power and everything that this fantasy universe represents comes from. The hard part of doing this is that there are teams that come from the future like Time Force, and if they destroy the network before these teams show up, then it would be pointless. This is why they must find a way to be able to destroy the grid, either with time travel or travel through the multiverse, but any option is good. Something important that must also happen is that many villains and many mentors that we have seen in these 30 years appear. Both parts are very important for Power Rangers, and I think a good villain would have been Master Zed, because the power he showed in Cosmic Fury was impressive. Write in the comments the things that a movie should have to give an end to the franchise, like this video, and subscribe for more Power Rangers movies.